Howdy, partner. What brings you into town? You one of them prospectors headed further west, or are you looking for some land to settle on here? Well, whatever reason you're here for, let me be the first to welcome you here to Red Clay Cross. As you have probably already seen, we ain't got much here, but we're real hospitable. Most folks here make a living from taking care of travelers like yourself, so feel free to make yourself here at home. I'm sure you'll find what we lack in, creature comforts, we make up for in company. And here, first round is always on the house. It's a special cerveza one of the local families sell to us. Though, we always have water if that's more your fancy. Now, that sun looks like it's fixin' to set between them hills back there within the next hour or so. How many nights you been on the road? Well, no matter how long you been out there, I wouldn't recommend roughing it in these parts. The town's pretty safe on account of the general noise and fires going on at night, but out there no telling what kind of four-legged varmint is out there prowling for his next meal. Besides, it'd be nice to kick your feet up in a real bed for one night, wouldn't it? If you're fancy. There's the Red Inn. It's run by my sister. They got nice, fancy rooms with a small restaurant attached, like in them big cities back north. It's the best luxury you'll find within 50 miles of here, that's for sure. But I bet it would also cost you a pretty penny, and usually solo travelers like yourself are missing a few of those. Now, you're more than welcome to stay in any of the 3 spare rooms I have upstairs. It ain't much, but in my opinion, a bed is a bed. Also, got a desk and some complimentary paper if you want to write anything back home. Maybe send a letter back to your folks, or some pretty girl you left behind. Anyways, the room also comes with 1 hot meal a day, served at noon. Don't expect much, at least not what you would get at the Red Inn. It's just some meat and beans. It'll fill your stomach, that's for sure. Speaking of food, would you like anything to eat? I know you traveling folk live pretty close to the bone, but there is some dinner leftovers that are still warm. I can make this meal free of charge too, since it ain't steaming hot. 1 sec, darling. There you go, hun. Like I said, just meat and beans, but it'll hold you till sunrise. No one goes to bed hungry if I can help it. Now, you're probably wondering how me and my sister ended up out here, considering we're single women and all. You don't find too many of those in these parts, especially with their own reputable establishments. Well, our daddy left Maryland before we were born. Found our mama along the way. He was probably a lot like you when he was younger. A lone wolf seeing what all kind of trouble he could stir up before settling down. Well, he ended up settling right here in Red Clay Cross before the town was even called Red Clay Cross. He, Mama, and a few other folks just got tired of walking and decided they'd settle here, come hell or high water. I guess that gamble paid off because soon they realized this was a popular stopping spot for people that did want to go all the way west or further south. Daddy opened the Red Clay Saloon and the rest is history. Red Inn is actually the newest establishment. Some cheeky northerner thought he could come down here and set up shop. Well, he had all the business savvy with none of the charm, so he was quickly looking to sell. Lucky for him, my sister had just enough capital to buy it from him at a reasonable price, and she turned that place right around. Even if she's my competition, I'm quite proud of her. But don't tell her I said that. Now, you decide where you want to stay for the night. It won't take me 10 minutes to set up a room for you upstairs. But if my blathering has worn you out, I wouldn't be offended if you decide to go on down to the Red Inn. Alright. A respectable choice. And before you head on to lay your weary head down, let me be the first to say, have a good night here in Red Clay Cross. I promise, you'll never see a night sky more beautiful.